Everything seems to be in order. Welcome everyone to another live stream and another edition of Professor Layton and the AZRAN Legacy. We continue our journey towards our final adventure with Herschel Layton once again, and this time might be the biggest puzzle this dear professor has ever solved. Because we require not only to travel to specific towns, but to travel around the world searching for clues for this puzzle. So, let's recapitulate where we left off last time, and let's continue with the journey to discover the secret of the AZRAN Legacy. The story so far. Back in London, our heroes prepared to set out in search of the eggs that hold the key to unlocking the secret of the AZRAN. While Sycamore conducts further research into the eggs locations, Layton and the others shop for provisions in London. Strange that we have no mention of the multiple escape attempts that we did against the organization that's after us, but let's just proceed. And we find ourselves in a very familiar spot in Layton's office, of course. Now, let's do some scouting for some hint coins, shall we? This is exactly how I picture the workbench of a great archaeologist. Oh, there we go, there's one. There's another one. Oh. Another one, and maybe around the... Nothing there. Oh, there you go. Perfect. Anything else? Oh wait, there we go. Now, what about the apple? Can we interact with the apple? Doesn't seem to be the case. But but we did find our first puzzle of the day. This thing must be precious if the professor is keeping it behind glass. I do kind of want to touch it though. Well, as the professor's assistant, I better check you're qualified before letting you do that. With a puzzle, of course. Puzzle 22. Whose help? Or whose help? It's a pun. An archaeologist has just dug up an ancient statue, and a collection of reporters and nosy members of the public have descended on the university campus where he works in order to have a look. Everyone is keen to clean the mud of the statue and see what lies beneath. However, even though the tap's been switched on, there's no water coming out of the hose. You'll need someone to help you get the hose spraying again, but who's the best? Okay, number 1. Once you worked out the A to E to ask for help, just touch the letter to submit your answer. Okay, you can change the perspective by sliding the bar on the top screen. Okay. Oh. Well, I would say we need B's help because they are standing on the hose itself. So we need your help getting out of the way, sir.
Let's see.
Marvelous.
That one's in the trunk.
Simple enough. Correct. Okay, on behalf of the professor, I grant you permissions to touch that artifact as much as you like. Don't be silly, Emmy. Just because I want to touch it doesn't mean I should. There's a reason he's keeping it behind glass. That is factual, but hey, we got a nice puzzle out of it. Just sat down with some lunch. How goes the stream, Yellow? Well, I just solved the first puzzle of the stream. Glad to hear you are doing well, Sverry. Targe and scoundrels pouring in like woodworms eating us from the inside out. Come out and face justice, you cowards. Good old Grosky. Hey, wasn't that Inspector Grosky? He looked as though he was in a hurry. He must be in the middle of an investigation. Yes, no doubt. I don't think he's able to catch anyone without your help, Professor. That's not entirely fair, Amy. Come on, Professor, you know as well as I do that at least half of Grosky's arrests were made with your help. And anyway, oh look, it's Dean Delmona. Why don't we go and say hello before we head into town? Good idea. I am surprised this man is still alive. For though to their physical appearance, they do give the impression of being quite the number of years old. Quite the increased number of years old, but props to the Mr. Gentleman for keeping up. Oh, Herschel Layton, how are your preparations going? Hello, Dean Delmona. Very well, thank you. As a matter of fact, we are just going into town to buy supplies. Oh, just how long do you expect to be away digging up pottery? Now, I know it's more exciting than that. Enjoy yourself. We will, thank you. Now then, before you go, do you want to check to help me with this small puzzle, will you, my boy? I've mentioned my granddaughter, haven't I? A darling little girl she is, but she gives me the most devilish puzzles to solve. Ah, is that a problem? It is when I can't solve them, which is the case now. What will the girl think of her old granddad? I see. Well, shall I have a look at it for you? Also, can we appreciate this music for a second? I am so used to the usual violin, soft compositions of the LAYTON games that this almost epic orchestra type of music seems surprising, definitely unusual. That was definitely unexpected. I'm just talking to this gentleman and the music is giving me vibes of epic proportions that tell me that the world needs to be saved. It's quite amazing. And all for a puzzle, of course. I do love me some puzzles. It's treat time. These 5 people all want a specific combination of chocolates in a specific order. Your task is to find a set of chocolates that matches the boxes in front of every person. Each set must be made out of 3 adjacent chocolates and must be selected in the order shown on the boxes from left to right. Can you divide this box of chocolates in a way that will make everyone happy? Okay. 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 I see. Okay. So this person wants 3 square chocolates. The person below that wants 2 hearts and 1 square. That's simple enough. The person next to okay. Wait, no. That last one. Okay, some of these are deceivingly simple. There we go.
This was quite the conundrum. And there we have it.
Not bad. Everyone gets their 3 chocolates of choice. Ah, so that's what it was. Splendid work, Herschel. Thank you. I'm glad I could be of assistance, Dean. My granddaughter will be delighted, I assure you. Well, best of luck on your troubles, Herschel. Right, let's take the bus to the high street, shall we? What is a bus? Oh yes, of course, you've never taken the bus, have you? Buses are big and red and they make getting around really easy. Indeed they do. Allow me to explain. Oh, it's gonna be the same mechanic as in the previous games, isn't it? Okay. It's interesting seeing all this from the perspective of someone who's new to this. Now, where shall we go?
Hold on there, Mary. You left your loaves behind again, look.
Welcome to London, Aurora.
This is your world?
I guess being stuck in ice for so long makes you miss out on some technological advancements. It's gonna be quite the adjustment period, you could say. Understandably so. So many people. So, what do you think? This is Kensington High Street. This here is a fancy clothes shop and there is the chemist. There should be some nice cafes down that way too. I see. You have many establishments. Yep, you can get pretty much anything around here. In fact, in that shop there you can... What's the matter? Has something caught your eye? Oh, that... What's Mom doing here? Hey Aurora, my mom's over there. Come on, let's go and say hello. I feel something calling to me. Well, I guess let's explore and search for hint coins now. Which would probably remain unused. But that's no reason to not explore around. Oh, no. We should stay right here. I don't think there has ever been a single stream where a hint coin was ever used. I haven't used a single hint coin in any of the previous games either. So, I plan on keeping the streak alive if possible. Okay. Mom! Hey, Mom! Luke, what are you doing here? I thought you were off on a trip with the Professor hello, Herschel. I'm surprised to see you again so soon. Do you have lectures to give today? Oh, no. In fact, one of my colleagues has agreed to take over my classes for a while. I am on sabbatical for research purposes. Oh, really? Does that mean you found something exciting? I imagine Luke will want to tag along again, if you let him. Of course. It's no trouble, Brenda. Actually, he is a great help. What are you doing here, Mom? Well, I was going to Gersenheller Library to do some reading for a paper on plate tectonics. But I've been standing here for half an hour and still no bus. It would be quicker to just wait for the ground to shift at this rate. It's just awful. I've even made a little puzzle in the time it's taken. Puzzle 24. Mutual meeting place. Four friends are going to the theater and plan to meet at a bus stop outside. A says, ugh, for the shortest journey, there's just one option and it has two changes. B says, fantastic, I can get a direct bus. C says, so I can change at the second stop I come to, then I get off 2 stops after that? And D says, it looks as I thought, I have 2 possibilities, and they both have the same number of stops. Which do I choose? Okay. Select your answer by touching it with the stylus. Okay. Find the meeting place. For the shortest journey, there's just one option. It has two changes. Okay. C says, so I choose a second stop and I come to and then get 6 stops after that. Looks as I thought. I have 2 possibilities and they both have the same number of stops. Which one do I choose? Fantastic, I can get a direct bus. Maybe it's here? The only place where the red herring in the question here is based on the statements, can you work out which bus stop they're meeting at? I would say this one. It's the only one that has a direct connection with all of the other ones based on B's statement where she can just take a direct bus to it and it also connects with all of the other ones. So I would say this one.
Here's my answer.
Marvelous.
Critical thinking is the key to success.
Easy work for you as always, Herschel. Right then, I should let you get on. Look, I want you to be on your best behavior, alright? No reckless rushing around. I'm sure the professor will be keeping an eye on you, but still. Come on, Mom. I've been on tons of trips with the professor and I'm always good. Yes, well, I know you. Oh, by the way, Mom, I meant to introduce our new friend. Her name is Aurora. We met her in the Fromborg. Aurora, this is my Professor, where's Aurora gone? Oh dear. She seems to have wandered off while we were chatting. Is Aurora a fair-haired girl in a rather severe pink dress? By any chance? Yes. Why, did you see where she went? She walked off towards the museum a few minutes ago. I didn't realize she was with you. Oh no, to the museum? Is it the first time in London? You better go after her quickly. Yes. Come on, Professor, let's go. Yes, let's. Please excuse us, Brenda. It was lovely to see you. Oh, and there's the bus. That worked out quite nicely in the end. Off you go then. I hope you find your friend soon. Yep. See you, Mom. Okay. We should hurry up before things get even more dangerous. Especially considering there's people after this girl. There are nimble lot. Splendid. I didn't expect stealth work to offer so much as a leisurely jog. Hello, Inspector Grosky. Oh, it's Layton. When did you get back to London then? Just a couple of days ago. Oh, you look restless, Inspector. Is there something I can help you with? Well, as a matter of fact... Oh, never mind. It's nothing you need concern yourself with, Layton. Now then, for the yard! Do you suppose he's investigating some secret police case? Presumably. I wonder what kind of case could he be so confidential? Maybe we can ask him again next time we... Professor, look! There by the museum. Okay, she's just right there. That was simpler than expected. I am not sure how to feel about this orchestral type music. Perhaps it fits the more dramatic vibe, as they say. Oh. Okay. There you are, Aurora. We've been looking all over for you. Professor Layton? Well, you seem to be alright. You shouldn't run off like that, you know, without telling anyone. Oh, I'm sorry. If you want to go somewhere, just tell us and we'll come with you. I understand. What is this place? It's a museum. Would you like to go inside? Something about it feels familiar. Oh, do you think they might have AZRAN artifacts inside? Very likely. The museum is home to all sorts of ancient objects. It is almost certain to have some of ours an origin. I suggest we go inside and find out. Yes. I mean, to be fair, the Eternal Diva movie came out right after Spectre's Call. So, who knows? It's definitely a choice. I'm sorry, sir, but the museum is closed to visitors at this time. I'm afraid we can't go in, Aurora. Why? What's wrong? Blimey! That's like something my gram would wear, I tell you. Ladies and their fashion. Do you mean me? Oh, terribly sorry, miss. Who do I think I am? The fashion police? No, I'm just a run-of-the-mill constable. Anyhow, how can I help you with anything? Why can't we go in? You want to know what's behind the special closure, eh? Okay, then I don't see why not. But, well, I have this other case I'm working on while I'm standing here on guard duty. I'd appreciate a bit of help with that. If you can do that for me, I'll be sure to tell you all about the special closure, alright? Okay. Puzzle 25. Cracking combinations. The police have received a warning from a legendary safecracker about his next crime. Tonight I plan to break into the bank and take the treasure from one of the safes numbered 1 to 60. I will steal from the one safe whose number cannot be made by adding together any combination of these numbers. Using each one no more than once per combination, that is. Which safe should the police keep an extra close eye on tonight? Let me see what the numbers were. So using each one no more than once per combination. I will steal from the one safe whose number cannot be made by adding together any combination of these numbers. I mean, just by adding them together. Okay. Is it 30? Because if you combine all of this, it is possible to make every number from 1 to 29. I noticed there's a 31 in there. So my answer would be 30. Ladies' fashion is not my area of expertise. I see. Very well.
What's this? Look, this one's sweet. Isn't it?
This is adorable.
Or maybe not.
Whoa!
That's adorable.
Well,
It suits you.
do you really think so?
But doesn't this make me stand out even more? Not at all. You might think you look strange, but to us, you look like a schoolgirl coming back from a badminton practice. It looks very nice on you, Aurora. It does. And Targent won't recognize you so easily like this. Thank you very much for your help. That's another thing. No need to be so formal with us. Try to be a bit more relaxed in your manners and you'll blend in better. To be relaxed? It might take some time to get into it, but I'm sure you can do it. Yes, I see. Right. Now that we have seen to Aurora's needs, let us proceed with the rest of our shopping. I wonder if her sprite also changed in the in the character list. I guess we'll have to see. Okay, brown bread, yes. Butter, yes. Porridge, oats, muffins. Oh, crumpets. We also have marmalade, apples, figs. Right? We have everything we need for breakfast, I see. Emmy, how are we doing for our other meals? We're all sorted, Professor. I've gone through the list twice. I'd say we're ready to go back to Bostonius. Hey, isn't that... You can't hide forever, Tarchan reprobates. Wow, Inspector Krusty was running faster than ever. I wonder who he's chasing down that alley. I don't like the look of this. We should follow him. Okay. What are we gonna find here? Confounded the glaciers, I almost had them. I am sure the crooks came down here though. Who's there?
Looks like the jig is up for you, Sonny Jim.
Who are you?
You've been sticking your nose where it don't belong.
So Tarjan thinks you are enough to stop me, do they?
More than enough. Get him!
Krusty, look out!
Nice try.
Emmy! Another win for the yard.
Looks like you owe me one, Inspector Grosky.
Huh?
Emmy with a gun is quite the dangerous side if you're a target of hers. Tarchan scum, are you? Tell me, who's the leader of your little organization, eh? Give me a name. Oof. Nobody interferes with Tarchan. You'll regret this. Emmy seems to know how to handle a gun fairly well. Yeah, she just doesn't need them. She has enough power in her arms and legs, I guess, and martial arts in general. Halt! Halt in the name of the yard! Blast, he's gone! Must have slipped through the secret door. Inspector Grosky, that was rather close. Are you hurt? Oh, and Layton and the little chap are here too. Nothing like a good fight to get the blood pumping. I'm not a little chap. My name is Luke. Sorry, my boy. Considering quite a few foes have guns all the time, having at least one of your own to fire back would be really handy. I guess I'll take your word for it, Speary. Having to be the owner of the casino has to be quite a dangerous line of work from time to time. Inspector, we need to talk to you about Targent. Did you hear me earlier? Well, you were shouting pretty loudly. Oh. Veterinary guards. Layton, this is a top secret mission. I'm not spilling the beans for the civilians, not even trustworthy ones. For the yard. He's run off again. Why would he be on anything top secret anyway? Isn't he just an ordinary police inspector? Grosky seemed to think those were Targent hitmen. If he was correct, then we might assume that Scotland Yard is not only aware of Targent, but getting in their way. But I think we should inform Professor Sycamore right away. We finish our shopping in any case. So that means going which way again? The Bostonius is at the airdrome, look. We'll need to take the bus to get there. Well, before we do that, anything around here aside from cats? The cat had a hint coin. The cat had a puzzle. There's rather a lot of cats in this alley. Why would they choose to stay here when they could be exploring instead? This is coming from a casino owner who does have a security detail, so to be fair, it's not the standard situation. I just have a little bit of a unique viewpoint. I settled with the fact that I would not be considered a role model. Well, nothing wrong with that, honestly, as long as you're not getting into any shady business. You have no one to impress but yourself. Maybe they're afraid of getting lost, Professor. There are only little things in a huge city, after all. I suppose you're right. Now, speaking of lost cats, how about this puzzle? Copycats. These two kittens are such good friends, they always act in the same way. Today, they've just been for a saunter around the town and are on their way home. Can you get them both back home at the same time so that neither gets upset? It's fine for them to use different entrances. Keep in mind that if a cat stops on a space that's one move away from the fish, it will immediately pounce on the fish with great delight. Also, make sure the cats don't bump into each other or fall into the many manholes. It's rather my job actually to make sure there isn't shady business. That is good because my job is to make sure to punish those who get into shady business. Okay. What do we have here? Let's do a test run. Okay. Okay, I got the hang of it. Yeah, they have to arrive at the same time. Okay. No, it's gonna make the kitty fall. You should use that fish over there to get an extra turn. Okay, I'm moving the black cat here. Okay. Okay, that's gonna make the controls less confusing. And bingo. Just needed to get
Maybe
used to the
this is it.
controls. Marvelous.
The professor's apprentice saves the day.
Simple enough. That was adorable indeed. Look at them, rubbing their heads against each other. The two cats made it home at the same time. No doubt they will be delighted to see each other again. I'm so glad those kitties got home alright. I do love cats. Look at the pair of cats up on the top. They must be best friends. Another hint coin. Cats are truly the best. Now we should take the bus. Now where shall we go? The aerodrome? Okay. I should save. I solved quite a few puzzles. Oh, the Bastionis is over that way. Yes, and with any luck, Professor Sycamore will be on board. I hope Inspector Grosky will be alright, trying to take on Tarchin all by himself. Where have they gone? I better catch up. Okay, before we go anywhere, allow me to save the game. And we'll look for some hint coins before parting ways. Some boots. Hint coin. Just an interactable window. Not much else. Yeah, that should be it. Although... Hello, you there! Come over here. I want to talk to you. Oh, it's the granny that lets us do the lost puzzles. I was wondering where she was. You were looking a bit trouble back there. Puzzle trouble, I'd say. Wait a minute, I know you. You're Elizabeth. No, wait, no, you're Granny Quiet, girl. Let your elders speak. Behold, you now find yourself before the beautiful and clairvoyant Granny Riddleton. Well, you may speak now. Hello, Granny Riddleton. To the troubled and confused youth of today, I offer my most trusted ally. Sorry, what? Cutie. The world revolves around puzzles. Easy puzzles, tricksy puzzles, puzzles you love, puzzles you wish you've never started. Then there's the ones you want to come back to with a fresh mind, but you cannot find them anymore. And the ones you never spotted in the first place. Where do they go, these poor, lost, abandoned puzzles? Who takes care of them? Here, I present to you the beautiful and clairvoyant Kits, my kitty. Oh, Kits, I remember him. So anytime we miss our chance to solve a puzzle, your cat here will hold on to it? That's it exactly. If you want to solve one of those lost puzzles, just go ahead and talk to Kits. That's pretty convenient, thank you. But Kits is your cat, you won't miss him if he goes with us? Oh, nonsense. I need someone to look after him while I tour the mudbaths of the world. How else I can retain my youthful glow? Toodaloo now. Wait. Emmy? There you are. Ah, look, sorry. Were you looking for me? You don't usually fall behind. What were you doing? I just meant... Oh well, never mind. I'll tell you later. Come on, let's go and find the professor. Where is the cat? And here we go. Hello, Raymond. Ah, I see everybody is back. I'm about to give the flight instruments one last check. It might take a little while, I'm afraid, so I hope you're not anxious to depart. Please take your time. We have only just finished our own preparations. Thank you, Professor. I shall put these bags away. Yes, thank you, Raymond. Incidentally, is Professor Sycamore here? The professor went out to check some facts before our trip. I believe... I'm sure he won't be long. Ah, here he is now. Okay. Ah, you're back. Good. Are you ready to depart? Raymond is still occupied with the ship, but I would like to leave as soon as he's ready. Actually, Professor, there is a matter that I would like to discuss with you before we depart. Oh, and what is that? Earlier today, we witnessed an incident in which the police inspector from Scotland Yard was set upon by a group of thugs. The inspector in question seemed to think that his attackers were working for Targent. Go on. If Targent is targeting the police, we can only suspect that Scotland Yard are actively pursuing them. Scotland Yard? Drat. That complicates things. As a matter of fact, I have also heard some worrying news. It appears that groups of uniformed men and women have been showing up at AZRAN sites all around the world. Well, that has to be Targent, yes. I think we can expect them to turn up in the locations we're about to visit as well. This is rather troubling. Quite. And I have a reason to believe that Scotland Yard might be... that Scotland Yard have been investigating AZRAN sites too. Wow. They must be pouring all their resources into stopping Targent. Do you think so? I'm not so sure. Actually, I'm of a mind to look into this further. Would you accompany me? Your friendly ties with the police could be of use. Oh, of course. I suppose you can't be too careful with an organization like Targent. Let us hope our fears prove to be wrong. Shall we make our way to the bus stop then? Hang on a sec. I mean to tell you, I bumped into an old friend on the way here. It's gonna tell us about the cat again. Kits here is going to be looking after our unsolved puzzles. How very useful. Well, I'm sure he'll manage to find a comfortable spot in the sofa. With your permission, of course, Professor. Very well. Raymond, kindly procure some cat food and a litter tray. I only missed 3 puzzles. I was expecting there to be more, honestly. Let's solve them right away. Okay. Puzzle number 8. I missed one pretty early in the game, it seems. Okay. Puzzle number 8. Reggie's Slidey Ride. Reggie the Red wants to sunbathe on this frozen lake. He's in the perfect spot, but he needs a little bit of help getting to it. Little turtles like Reggie go flying if anything bumps into them, but big ones don't budge. Unless they are hit by Reggie or an ice block, Blocks only move when you move them, and they'll fill any holes they fall into. Can you bump and slide everything around so that Reggie is left standing alone in the middle of the ice? So it's the red turtle. Okay. Okay. Well, from the get-go, I see, ice block there. We can move the ice block. Perhaps down here. Maybe we can move this green turtle here. Oh! That one got pushed aside. Oops. But that would allow us to move the big one here. And Reggie will be able to just get into the spot.
Upon careful consideration, logical thinking is essential in my line of work.
I didn't know Sycamore had puzzle-solving animations. Interesting. And look at that turtle doing a little dance. Adorable. I love animals. Okay. Next one. Puzzle 11. A laborious liter? Okay. This pump seems to be broken. It won't stop pouring fuel until the drum is full to the brim. Nonetheless, it is possible to end up with just 1 liter of fuel using only the pump and 2 empty fuel drums. The small drum holds 9 liters and the large one holds 11 liters. Although the pump is broken, the machine's other features still seem to be functional. Can you find a way to end up with just 1 liter of fuel in a drum? Okay. 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 That one's the one that can hold 11. Now this one should be holding 7 and 11 in total. Move those 7 to that side. No. Okay. Move that there. We'll empty this one. Move those 5 to that side. Fill this one back again. Once again, move that out and empty it. Move those 3 to the other side. Fill this one again. Which means moving all this will leave us with 1 in the other side. Marvelous.
I've got it, I think. Easy peasy, Professor.
It was a matter of slowly filling up the one on the right with the liquid from the left until there was only 1 remaining. Marvelous. And puzzle 21. I didn't miss too many puzzles actually. Quite amazing. Fishing friends. Puzzle 21. 3 friends A, B, and C are fishing on the riverbank. Watching them is a keen-eyed fisherman who says, "One of these lads has got a Wellington boot, and another has got an empty can. The third lad, though, is landed himself a really big catch. Now, the lad who caught the willies next to the one who made the big catch. But it wasn't B who caught the wheelie. I'm right about this, mark my words. Who landed the big catch? Hmm. Hmm. He means well. I mean, he came all the way out here to see us off and everything, but you saw it, he rushed right off again. He came to see you off? Does that mean you're going away somewhere? Oh yes, didn't I mention? My husband and I are going on our honeymoon trip, all the way around the world. Wow, a trip around the world. That's just what I'd like for my honeymoon. I'm so looking forward to it. Why don't you plan something similar with your fiancé? Oh, I don't have anyone like that just now. I'm too busy rushing around as an academic assistant. Ah, well, as long as you enjoy it, I prefer to have my head in the pink cloud. Just look at this puzzle my husband gave me. Puzzle 27. A heart of tiles. Okay, it's our classic puzzle forming the shape using the cubes given. Should be easy enough. We've done plenty of these before after all. Now we're just forming just the tips over there. Now we're forming the bottom part here. We're gonna need a couple cubes around here to form the yeah. The rest should be simple enough.
a good feeling about this one. All in a day's work.
A romantic type puzzle, you could say. Isn't it sweet? Well, I better not keep you. Good luck with your work. I hope my brother isn't too much trouble. Not at all, thank you. Excuse me as I drink some water. Thanks, we will. Come along, love. We'll miss the... Chelmy is your... I knew he had a wife, but I didn't know his wife was Grosky's sister. That is quite crazy, as they say. Huh. Oh, is it that time already? Sorry, dear. I thought you were going to let me go off around the world on my own there for a minute. That was so nice. Okay. Where to now? Oh, we have to take the bus. To Scotland Yard once again. And then we'll be ready to leave London. Here we are, Scotland Yard. This building is quite imposing. Yes, Scotland Yard is the headquarters of the Metropolitan Police, who are in charge of protecting the entire city of London. I am hoping to find some information on Targent here. They have a huge archive room, don't they? They must have something there. Professor, have you noticed that lady standing by the entrance? Oh, Inspector Grosky, what a treat to watch you pursuing criminals on your home turf. So at ease, so confident. I shudder to think of the danger you're in, but I know you'll crack this top secret case. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize you were there. You must be hoping to join the Clampets. Not really, Miss Hannah. Hannah, you are president of Grosky's fan club, are you not? I don't suppose he discloses details of his cases to you. You want to ask me about Grosky? I know everything. For instance, even as we speak, he's out vanquishing an evil organization. It's just so thrilling. Gorgeous Grosky on a secret mission for justice, tracking down criminals while the city sleeps. Oh, do I suppose that was classified? Well, I'm afraid you will have to solve this puzzle or join the Clampets. I'll do the puzzle. I would much rather do the puzzle. What do we have here? A girl receives a letter and a box from her mischievous but oh so heroic boyfriend. My dearest darling Hannah-B, apprehending scoundrels keeps me from you, but here is a token of my love. I know you'll unlock it before I see you tomorrow. A star of 10 lights bright as fire reveals my heart's truest desire. All my love, Clampy. Press 10 buttons and unlock the box. Okay. Uh-huh. 10, you say? Could it be these ones forming a star, perhaps? One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that should be it. Marvelous.
Let's shed some light on this one. Excellent, if I do say so myself.
stellar. Oh, that is so adorable. Nice. What a nice wedding. Correct. Very well. I think I can trust you. I hope you can help. Things seem to be a bit on a stir-up at the station, and I don't want anything putting Grosky off his game. I think it's all related to this new mission of his. Oh, beloved Clamp, you set the world around you all aflutter, just as you do with my heart. It appears that Hannah hasn't changed a bit. I wish I can sense Inspector Grosky's presence a mile away. Her words about the police station beginning turmoil do worry me. However, something big is afoot. Anyway, let us go inside and investigate. Okay. That is a nice break from the very dramatic orchestral soundtrack. This classic Scotland Yard tune. It was getting a little bit much, I'll say. Now this is the Layton sound that I know. Nothing against orchestral type soundtracks, but a nice break of them is also nice. Especially in a series like Layton, which is known for having beautiful music. Now, what do we have here? Well, not much it seems. Oh, it's the latest issue of Constabulary Tales. Oh, a form of reporting crimes. I just love reporting crimes. Well, if it isn't Professor Layton, good day to you, sir. Hello, Constable. What brings you here on this fine day? Are you here to see Inspector Grosky? Actually, I was hoping to consult some of Scotland Yard's case records. Do you think that would be possible? That sort of thing is sorted down in the archives, sir. But after the, they're not accessible at the moment. I'm sorry, I can't give you any more details, Professor. Maybe a senior officer could give you permission if you asked, though. A senior officer? Somebody above Inspector Grosky, then? Who else do we know? I mean, we did meet a lot of officers in the previous game, so... off the top of my head, the only other person I can think of is Detective Inspector Bloom. Oh yeah! Didn't he say he was a senior detective at Scotland Yard? Is this man a friend of yours? Well, he's a bit serious, but he and the professor solved a case together a few months ago. And what a case that was, the Miracle Mask. Very well, let's inquire whether he is here. If it's Detective Bloom you're looking for, you're in luck. It should be in his office. That's just down the corridor on your left, sir. Thank you, Constable. We should go and see him immediately. Let's go right on ahead.
Professor Layton!
Oh.
This is a surprise.
As they say, voice acting jump scare.
Good day to you, Detective Bloom.
I'm sorry that I had to leave Monty d'Or so suddenly. I was called back to London on an urgent matter.
That's okay. It must be really stressful to be a senior detective.
I must admit I've been extremely busy lately. We're in the midst of a somewhat delicate case. The whole department is in turmoil. But enough about that. Tell me, what brings you here today?
I'm sure it didn't just come for an idle chat. You're right, we're currently in the middle of an investigation for which we need to consult certain case records. However, it appears that we need special permission. To enter the archives? Well, since it's you we're talking about, I don't see any problem with that. In fact, I'd take you there myself if I didn't have a strategy meeting in a few minutes. I'll tell the officer to let you in. Take all the time you need. Thank you. This is most helpful of you. It's no trouble at all. Well then, I hope to see you again soon, Professor. Perhaps we can discuss archaeology next time. Yes, absolutely. Please excuse me then, gentlemen, ladies. Well, that was easy. Let's go. I know where the archives are. We go back to the lobby and then straight down the stairs at the back. Not too bad then. Everything is going smoothly so far. Okay, there's bound to be some hint coins in this location. It's a bit dingy down here, and it smells funny. If it's too unsettling for you, you can always wait upstairs, look. No, I can handle it. In fact, I bet I can find the records we need before you do, Emmy. Oh really? Well, I can't resist the challenge. So, what are we looking for exactly? We know the Targent are after AZRAN artifacts, so let's look for any relevant reports of theft. Understood. But these archives are huge. Won't it take forever for us to search through everything? I suppose we will have to divide the work between us and each take a different shelf. Look, do you think you can manage alone? You can count on me, Professor. I'll search my section extra carefully from one end to the other. I'm sure you will. Now, there are bound to be some hint coins here, or some strange artifacts. Thank you for the worry, dear my friend. Although I do not understand your message, the hydrate and the stretch is appreciated. Okay, back to the investigation. We got things to do here. Let's look. Oh, a puzzle? Whoa, who leaves books laying around like this? Someone could trip and damage their spine. Sounds like someone's a fan of tidying up. Actually, I hate tidying up. It just bothers me when things are in the right place, that's all. Don't say that. Tidying up can be fun. Take this puzzle for example. Okay. Puzzle 32. Bibliofilling. This library has such a confusing system for arranging books. Even the librarians often give up and leave them on the trolley. The numbers next to and above each shelf indicate how many books should be in that row or column. Some books are part of a series, so they are bundled together to make them easier for people to find. You can rotate these bundles if you need to. Can you shelf the books so that every row and column has the right number? Okay, it's bookshelf Sudoku in a way. Interesting. Okay. And we can definitely rotate them around. Okay. We'll start for the spaces that are... There's need to be 4 here and 6 there, and we already have 4 on the other side, which means we'll just need 2 here in this space right here, which will give us the 6th book that we need in this row. We need 1 more in this row of 2 over here, but where to put it? We already have 1 here. 5 over here, which would mean we need at least 2 more around in this location. Okay, maybe the 4 in that case can go in here, and that will give us a head start for all the other ones. We can use the number 1 here to complete the row of 5. We need one more here, so we use one of the books of 1 here to complete the row of 3. That also gives us the row of 3 that is vertical in there. As for our final 2 rows of books, that one requires 3, but the one next to it also requires 3. But that also gives us already 3 books in a row, and the final one could go below here because it needs 4 and it's missing 1, which also complements the row that is also missing 1, being the first row of 3 vertically. And that should be fine. One, 2, 3, 6, 3, 5, 2, 1, 2, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2. Everything should be in order.
Maybe this is it. The Professor's Apprentice saves the day!
Marvelous. See? That was fun, wasn't it? You must be a fan of tidying up now, then. Whatever you say, Emmy. Look at these books, though. They're all detective novels. Surely it's not a good idea to keep fictional cases mixed up with the real ones. What else do we have in here? This shelf doesn't seem to have any theft reports at all. There's nothing on Tarchant on any of these shelves, Professor. I haven't looked in any of the shelves over the other side, have we? Behind the stepladder, I think. Let's have a look over there then. Okay. Oh, we can zoom in here. Okay. Look at this, Professor. Have you found something? Is that about a robbery at the museum? Surely not the same incident that the police are investigating at the moment. No, not the same incident, but the same museum. It's really not the first time it's been robbed. Really? How many times has it been robbed? It looks as though this is the 5th theft that occurred this year. That's a lot, isn't it? I mean, the museum has nice things, but still. According to this report, all the items that were stolen have since been recovered. So every time this thief stole something, they lost it again? Not a very good thief, are they? Say, Professor, do you think the thief could be Descole? Our first mention of this gentleman. Descole? You don't mean Mr. I like to wreck things with mechanical monsters and dress us as posh ladies, Descole? Of course. Who else would I mean? He was definitely looking for AZRAN ruins. I mean, he'd be low enough to steal things from the museum, and cunning enough too. Interesting idea, Luke. You might be very well correct. However, let us not rush to any hasty conclusions. I agree. As far as I can see, these reports tell us nothing is concrete. But Professor, didn't you say that the police are currently investigating a theft at the museum? You're suggesting we simply go there and see if we can find out in person? Exactly. It seems the most practical course of action. Let's take the bus to Kensington High Street and walk from there. Okay. Really nothing else around here? Aside from a single hint coin. I guess we're leaving this place. Taking the bus. To Crescent. Oh wait, it's Luke's mom again. And she has a puzzle for us. Mom, that was fast. Wasn't it just? I just found what I wanted in no time at all. The university library is much better organized than it was in my day. It used to be a real mess, not that I cared much. Your father, the professor, and I spent more time there doing puzzles than studying. I can still remember some of them now. Look, you like puzzles. Go on, try this one. Okay. Shopping spree. After saving up her pennies for a whole year, this woman went on an enormous shopping spree, starting at the supermarket entrance. She made her way through the shelves, picking up 14 items in total and spending every last penny of the 5,000 she had brought with her. She didn't visit any shelf more than once, and she didn't buy any fish or mushrooms. What route did she take around the supermarket? Okay, so to get to 5,000... Okay. I do enjoy the animation on the big screen there. One of the best parts about the 3DS games, honestly. So starting from here, she didn't buy any mushrooms or fish. So starting from there. Hey Tia, glad to see you. It's always a delight to see you here with us. Hopefully your day is going well. An example of how an eventful work is I see. Presumably the police have not completed their investigation yet. What's that going to do with anything? These officers usually take any chance they get to complain about their job. Now even my usual source won't tell me anything unless I solve this silly little puzzle first. I'm not getting anywhere fast. Well, I can't hang about out in London forever. If I can't get my story here, I'll just have to find one elsewhere. You display an admirable zeal for your work. Oh, you're too kind, Desmond. Here, before I go, let me give you this, a token of my appreciation. The World Times? Some sort of magazine, I assume? The tireless traveling reporter Daria Column has given you a scrapbook. Select World Times in the trunk to read through any articles you collect on your way through the world. Yeah, it's just paper. That, my dear, is an invaluable journalist scrapbook. You can use it to hold all my thriller reports from all around the world. I'll be on the road, so I can't tell you exactly when each new article will come out, but do keep an eye out for them, won't you? Can we talk to Hannah? Oh, I let Rusky slip from my mind for just a minute and now I've lost him. He's a fast runner, but I always managed to keep up so far. What a fool I've been, letting a puzzle distract me from my love. And to top it off, I haven't even managed to solve the bewildering little thing. Okay, puzzle 34. The future awaits. After visiting the florist on the first floor of a hotel, this man can be found by the lift sporting a massive bunch of roses and an agitated expression. He is planning to propose to his girlfriend, who is waiting for him on the 25th floor. To calm his nerves, he starts thinking about the lift he's about to take. If the lift takes 15 seconds to go from the first floor to the 5th floor, how many seconds will it take for him to reach the 25th floor? Okay, let me read that again. If the lift takes 15 seconds to go from the first floor to the 5th floor. Okay. Simple math question. Is that 90? So multiples of 5. And 15 is also a multiple of 3. So I would assume it's 90 if my math is not failing me horribly at the moment. And what is your conclusion? Well, it's very puzzling. What is it, Dad? I believe there are some fake pieces mixed in with the real ones. Huh? What? But why? I don't know. I've only just finished identifying all the fake pieces. Here, Herschel, you were always good at this kind of thing. Why don't you have a look? Make sure I haven't missed anything. Anachronistic is usually how people pronounce it, I think. English and their weird, strange words. Always fun to learn about it, I guess. Okay, fake fragments. The police managed to recover this ancient artifact after it was stolen from the museum. Unfortunately, it has been broken. While examining the pieces to see if the artifact could be repaired, the curator noticed that some fake pieces were mixed in with the real ones. You have a photo of the artifact from the museum's catalog. Use it to identify the real pieces, then place them in the boxes for safekeeping. And this is definitely AZRAN. Okay. Could there only be just two? Real ones? Yeah, because the entire photo is in the reverse. Which means all of these are fake except these two. Is that even true? Well...
You know, I think this may be it. Puzzle solving is a most gentlemanly pursuit.
Only two pieces were real. Well, it appears that nearly all the pieces are fake. I know. I didn't want to believe it either. I almost hoped you might prove me wrong. There must be an explanation. Perhaps if we take a step back and review the information we have. Practical as ever, Herschel. Yes, let's think this through thorough properly. Oh my god. Just say the word when you're ready. Excuse me as I drink water. For constant temperature changes, do a number on my throat. Much better. Is this related to what we're trying to find? Incidentally, Herschel, is this... Oh, of course, you've never met in person, have you? My apologies for not introducing myself earlier. I am Desmond Sycamore. I still think this individual might be Descole. Clark Triton, it is an honor to finally meet you, Professor Sycamore. I must admit, these are rather strange circumstances. No matter, as an archaeologist, I am eager, as you are, to see this thief and vandal brought to justice. Yes, we'll help however we can. Clark, do you know anything about the stolen artifacts? Okay. A deduction puzzle, I see. As a matter of fact, yes. I have here a complete case report from Scotland Yard. Let's see. All 5 artifacts were found on different decks, but always deeper than anything previously found in that area. The 5 artifacts were all gifted by different donors, and they were always certified genuine at the time they were received. They were all very deep underground, so extremely ancient. Perhaps there was a difficulty in assigning their origin? Yes, that is correct. None of the artifacts belong to any civilization known to have inhabited the area in which they were found. Professor, do you think... Yes, it appears highly likely that all of the artifacts were of AZRAN origin. And I have a fairly good idea who might be responsible for their theft. What do you think, Professor? Well... Definitely Tarjan. Saying Sycamore right here will be quite the spoiler if you are indeed Descoli, as the third option says. So we'll say Tarjan since they are the ones raiding every single site of AZRAN origin. Or potential AZRAN origin for that matter. It must have been Targent. I agree, and they are certainly capable of such thefts. Targent, an unscrupulous and powerful secret organization. Their interest in the AZRAN leans towards the obsessive. They certainly have no qualms about robbing the museum then. Still, that doesn't explain how they did it. After the first incident, the police tightened the security on this place tenfold. All information about the museum was on a need-to-know basis, and they took particular care with the guard routes and timetables. I really can't imagine how a thief could have sneaked in and out on notice in 5 separate occasions. I think I have an inkling as to how this was accomplished. Professor? They are probably working with Scotland Yard. There is no way they have all this information and they didn't get caught. Yeah, they work for Scotland Yard. The culprit must be inside Scotland Yard. I don't see any other possibility. If only the police know about the guard rotation, the culprit must be one of them. Yes, that was my conclusion as well. Goodness, if that is the case, well, all bets are off. Something else bothers me though. That broken artifact. Where did the fake pieces come from? And could it be that all the recovered artifacts are fake? Dr. Triton, how difficult would it be to create copies that would fool the experts here at the museum? Very difficult. It's not just a question of time and money. You need archaeological expertise, gifted craftsmen. All things that Dargent have at hand, I'm afraid. What if they didn't have a way to return the fake artifacts to the museum without arousing suspicion? Unless... They used the investigation to plant those fakes in here. The police outside didn't seem to know much about the recovery of the artifacts. What if the police investigation was a sham? Make a show of conducting an investigation while the fakes are being made, then simply recover the artifacts once they're ready. That might actually work if the culprit was indeed part of the police as you suggested. I think I'm beginning to see the scope of it. No simple constable will have the power to accomplish this though. No, the perpetrator must hold a position of influence. I believe Targent has a mole within the upper ranks of the police. Surely not? To think they could have infiltrated our institutions to that extent. Targent's power must be great indeed. You're right there, Dr. Triton? Have you discovered anything amiss? No, all is well, Constable, thank you. I would like to continue examining these artifacts though, if you don't mind. Please, Doctor, they're all yours, so to speak. I'm still searching the museum for clues. Give us a shout if you need anything. Yes, thank you. That was very prudent of you. Well, if there's really a mole within the police, we can't risk them finding out what we know, can we? No, indeed. There is no reason to doubt these men here, but we do not know who they might report to. I think our best course of action is to go directly to Scotland Yard. Yes, we must identify the mole as soon as possible without alerting them first. Let's take the bus straight there. Okay. Hopefully after this we'll be back on track. Straight to Scotland Yard. Okay. Good day, sirs. I'm afraid the station is on high alert at the moment. You can only address urgent matters. I'll have to assess the importance of your visit based on the number of puzzles you solved so far. What's this then? Ah, it seems you fulfill our requirement. 25 or more puzzles solved. Please go on in. So our first puzzle barrier. I have 32 solved, so not too bad. Okay. Groski is here too. Hi, Inspector Groski. How fortuitous it is to find you here. Layton, I'm hoping to introduce someone to the strong arm of the law, are you? Actually, there is a matter I'd like to discuss with you. I was wondering if you knew who was in charge of investigating the thefts at the museum. I think Bloom supervised those himself. Oh, he'll be able to help us then. I presume Detective Bloom was also the one who returned the recovered artifacts to the museum. Naturally. Oh, Bloom is a traitor, isn't he? Oh. Okay. Naturally, he's a real archaeology bluff. So, he took a personal interest in the case. He was really chuffed to get things back. He knew what they were right away. Didn't even need to get any tests done. So he likes archaeology as well as solving crimes. Sounds like you, Professor. Pardon me, Inspector. I have one last question. Ask away. Who else had access to the artifacts between the time they were found and the time they were returned to the museum? You think Bloom would trust these clumsy oafs with such fragile objects? Nobody else got near them. Okay. Layton knows something ain't right. That is correct, unfortunately. Now, Layton, spit it out. Do you know something about the museum thefts? I do, Inspector, and I have to thank you. You just helped us identify the perpetrator. But what? What? Really, Professor? Think about it, Luke. Remember all we have learned today. Inspector Groski, would you please accompany us to Detective Bloom's office? Of course, Layton. I'm afraid you've lost me, but I suppose you and Bloom will clear it all up. And here we go. Professor Layton, hello again. How may I help? Detective Bloom, are you familiar with an organization named Targent? I know of it. Go on, please. I have a reason to believe that Targent are the ones responsible for the recent thefts at the museum. Oh, very impressive, Layton. If you have deduced that much, I suppose there is no reason to be coy. As a matter of fact, I also suspect Targent of this in this case. But as of yet, I've had no success in finding where their agent fled to. They are a slippery lot. So you have not considered looking for the criminal inside Scotland Yard? What? One of our own? That's absurd, Professor. I'm sorry, I expected a lead, non-ludicrous conjecture. If you excuse me, I must return to work.
This is no mere conjecture, Detective. I am confident that I've positively identified the criminal in question.
Well, in that case, I'm all ears. Please elaborate.
The thief stole the artifacts and replaced them with fakes. He manipulated police information and disrupted the investigation. It must therefore have been someone in a position of power within the police who has been working undercover for Targent for some time. And that person is you.
What's this, Layton? Have you lost your mind? Inspector, I assure you, I wouldn't make such an accusation without solid proof. This should be interesting. Please go on, Professor. Very well. Detective Bloom, I understand that you were in charge of the museum theft case. Finnettes will be impressed by that finger point. Well, there is a reason they work together. Perhaps they practice their finger pointing together. That is correct. To increase museum security, you restricted information concerning car shift patterns to just a few police officers, one of whom was yourself, of course. Yes, obviously, I was the one who gave out all the card instructions. Evidently, my measures were not enough, and the thief was able to steal more items. Poor judgment of my part, I must admit. Yes, there were, in fact, several thefts in all. Yet you managed to recover every single one of the stolen artifacts. That is quite remarkable, I must say. Naturally, I was ashamed by my failure to protect the items. After that, I poured every available resource into fighting them. I see. And may I ask what you did with the artifacts after they were found, before you returned them to the museum? I kept them here where they will be safe. What of it? In that case, I can only come to one conclusion, that you are the thief. Nobody else will have been able to replace all the real artifacts with fake ones. And that is your proof that I am the criminal? Phew, I was worried there for a moment. That reasoning will never hold up in any kind of examination. Just because I was the one in charge of guarding those objects doesn't mean that they were in my sight the whole time. In fact, there will have been plenty of opportunities for officers to make the switch. Thank you, Detective Bloom. I'm sorry? What you just said confirms everything. Tell me, how did you know that the artifacts have been replaced with fakes? But isn't that what you just... The fact that some of the recovered items were fake was only established an hour ago by myself and a few other ones. Emmy, look, you can bear witness. What did the constable in the museum tell us about the stolen artifacts? He just said that the detective on the case got all the objects back and how great the officers at Scotland Yard are. Yeah, he certainly didn't say anything about them being fake. Exactly. We were the only people to know about the fake artifacts. So please explain. When did you find out about it, Detective Bloom? What are you talking about, Layton? You said it yourself just now. You accused me on the basis of that only I had the chance to replace the artifacts with fake ones. Ah yes, you're quite right. However, it is your reaction to that which is puzzling. You were the detective in charge of the case. This was a crucial piece of new information. Shouldn't you have been surprised, horrified even, to hear that the precious articles that you have recovered were fake? Ugh. But you were not surprised, because you knew perfectly well that the artifacts were fake. Because you orchestrated the swap in the first place. Do you deny it? It seems I underestimated you, Layton. Then you admitted you're Sergeant Small? I think I had better say no more. I see. Leonard Bloom, I am arresting you on suspicion of theft, forgery, and corruption. Phew. That's one of your Sergeant agent out there. You didn't, Professor. Bloom? That upstart? He was our mole? Yes, Chief. He all but admitted it. I knew there was something off about him. Well, good work, Grosky. I'll take it from here. This entire chapter is gonna make any replay runs of Miracle Mask really interesting, not knowing that the dear detective that was helping us alone was a mole for the enemy. Yes, Chief. Thank you, Chief. I suppose that man is Inspector Grosky's superior. Wow, I've never seen Grosky stand to attention like that. I'm glad to see that Scotland Yard is not wholly corrupt. Yes, as long as they're like are here, the safety of London is assured. Well then, case closed, gentlemen. One case closed, perhaps. Emmy, do you recall what the main goal of our current investigation is? Alright, we're about to set off around the world looking for 5 AZRAN eggs, weren't we? Yes, and we haven't even started that part yet. Quite. Let's not dilly-dally any longer. It is time to follow the trail the AZRAN have left for us. Nice most mental man. Oh. And now... Okay. Bloom is out. His cover has been blown. Is this Layton's work? Yes. Shall I deal with him, sir? No. No, do not interfere. Now they have Bloom. They'll think they've won. They will let their guard down. Nothing will stand in the way of our plans. In any case, I still need them. There is still so much they can do for us. Yes, sir. Then I will assign the assassins to other tasks for now. Okay. I misread his name as Brony. I mean, most Layton character names, especially NPCs, are usually just puns. I still can't believe we're going around the world. It's so exciting. It will be a very lengthy and tiring journey. Not to mention dangerous. I do wonder if it's advisable to take you with us. Don't even think about it, Professor. I'm going with you whether you like it or not. Is that the way it is? Very well then. The Bostonius awaits. Wait, Herschel! Is that... Oh! The parents! Herschel, I'm so glad we caught up with you. Ma? Pa? What are you doing here? It's Layton's parents! Oh, this is wonderful. We heard that you were setting off on a grand trip around the world, and you never breathed a word of it. Yes, we rushed over here right away. We were lucky with the buses, thank goodness. Honestly though, you could have given us a ring before you left. Come on, Ma. I know I travel for work from time to time. You wait till you have children, Herschel Layton. You never stop worrying about them. Not even when they're all grown up. I know you, a quite respectable academic with a tendency to do wild and extraordinary things when the fancy takes him. Just like someone else I know when she was younger. Didn't you once set off on a trip to John a growth with nothing but a fishing rod and a penknife, Ma? That was 40 years ago, Herschel. It was a different world. Now, I brought you some of my cherry fruitcake for your trip. Thank you, Ma. That is very thoughtful of you. Well then, I should get going. Thank you for coming all the way out here to see me off. It was nothing, son. Anyway, enjoy your trip. And do give your old parents some news while you're away. Yes, send us postcards now and again. I promise. I'll come by to see you when I get back. I'm gonna have to disagree with that statement, my friend. I personally do enjoy fruitcake, but it depends on how it's made. And that fruitcake right there that the parents made to Herschel has probably the best ingredient of all time. Love. Professor, have you said your goodbyes? Yes, but I'm somewhat puzzled. How on earth did they find out about this journey? Every time I see those in stores during Christmas, they look so nasty. Well, looks can be deceiving. It's interesting, I do agree. It all depends on how it's made, like I said before. Well, there is no great mystery there. It was I who contacted your parents. I'm sorry that I did it behind your back. Do you mean to say that you know my parents? Indeed, I owe a great debt to them, from a time long before I became an archaeologist. As such, I have followed your career with some interest. That is why I knew to write you when I needed a reliable partner. Oh, I see. Well, thank you. No, thank you, Professor. I hope you don't feel as though as I'm dragging you all into this without any say. Not at all. We come this far and we intend to see it through to the end. I'm glad to hear it. There is something I would like to show you. Here, look at this illustration. It's one of the AZRAN eggs that we're looking for, right? Is that an AZRAN egg? It is. This is how they are depicted in Donald Rutledge's Ancient Histories. Rutledge supposed the eggs to be decorative, pretty ornaments. He never believed them to have any special power or meaning. I see. Then the AZRAN hid their true purpose well. A wise move. Though enshrined in the most hidden places, the AZRAN knew that the eggs would be one day found. And they were, or at least one was, which means the others may also have been uncovered and passed from hand to hand. Exactly, which means locate them now won't be a simple endeavor. I hardly expect to stumble across them by chance. Fruitcakes in America have a funny cultural significance as being nasty and old-fashioned. Huh. It's interesting to see how other countries see specific things. I understand, Professor, but that is rather par for the course in our field, wouldn't you say? Yes, archaeology is not for the impatient. Well then, let's get going. Very well, sir. Now, if you will all be seated, we might be taking off shortly. Chapter 4: The Hunt for the Eggs. Almost like an Easter egg hunt. The Bastinis is really something. It's like a home away from home, and a flying one at that. She should serve us well in the long journey to come. Now, let's enter the location indicated in the AZRAN dome into the system. Are you going to teach us how to fly? As much as I'd like you to hold the reins, Luke, I merely wanted to introduce you to our state-of-the-art navigation system. Now listen carefully. First, I'd like you to examine the monitor up there, above the flight controls. Choose a destination on the screen and Raymond will set the course. If you ever find yourself some distance away, please don't hesitate to call him via the airship icon on the touchscreen. I am confident you will find Raymond quite dependable. He has been an invaluable aid to me over the years. I am sure of that, Descole. So we just need to touch a destination to set off? How convenient. That's pretty much the same as how the London buses work. So you understand then. Excellent. No need for me to explain twice. Okay. Can we talk to Sycamore again? Oh, he has a puzzle for us, in fact. Allow me to drink some water before we continue. Professor, how are you finding the Bostonians? Is the decor to your taste? Very much so, Professor. Everything is splendid, from the elaborate yet cozy design of the interior to the first-rate pilot. I imagine that even the most luxurious airlines would struggle to offer this level of hospitality. Hardly deserving of such praise, Professor. Surely there must be at least one or two flaws you can pick out. I hate to disappoint, but with the excitement of the worldwide expedition, it is difficult to focus on any negative aspects. You would have to be extremely picky, as they say, to find any flaws on the current operation to tell you the truth. And that is something that some people do love to do. Instead of commenting on the things that they enjoy, they would rather focus on the one or two small things that they found not as great. And that is not something that I approve of personally. It's much more fun to talk about things you enjoy than things that you hate. We had our fair share of troubles while traveling the skies. A few technical hitches and a few scraps with disasters. Okay. Puzzle 36. Fuel's errand. Oh no, something's gone wrong with the Vostonius engine. It seems the pipe that supplies it with fuel has shattered into little pieces. The emergency fuel supply will keep the airship afloat for a little while, but the broken pipe needs to be fixed before that supply runs out. Use the pieces of the pipe on the touchscreen to reconnect the engine to the fuel supply. Bear in mind that together, those pieces make up one long pipe, so you need to link up every last one of them. Can they be rotated? They can't. Okay, that makes things easier actually. Okay, I need something that connects to the top left there. From there... What about this one? Which connects almost perfectly with these ones right here. Oh, and that connects also with this one. Good. Now we need to connect, well, everything else. Especially important to focus on the pieces with corners, pieces that don't have open pipes. Like these ones right here, which make the connection very obvious. And that should be it. Unless... Oh, they can overlap each other, that's not good. Yeah, this one right here has some bolts there. I wonder if those have to be consistent as well, although that is barely visible, almost like literally one pixel. Hopefully it's not gonna be that picky. But anyway, let's see if this is correct from the looks of it. It should be.
This was quite the conundrum.
Marvelous.
And there we have it.
It was a day like any other. Raymond had the helm and the prevailing winds blew southeast, if I remember correctly. Then out of nowhere came a tremendous crash. The world shook and we were thrown unconscious, if but for a moment. Goodness. When we came to, the ground was rapidly approaching and the engines audibly sputtered and coughed. Raymond took one look at me and then bolted to the engine room. It must have been a harrowing experience. If Raymond was otherwise occupied, who manned the controls? I did. I had very little choice in the matter. Having only piloted the ship once very briefly in perfect weather, it was daunting to say the least. My heart was pounding so hard I thought it might burst from my chest. And yet here you are, resolute as ever. You and Raymond trusted each other enough to avoid sheer disaster. Raymond and I go way back. Long way. Of course, this wasn't the only time we suffered engine trouble, but that's another story. Okay. Okay. Another one? If it wasn't more obvious now. Raymond and I have encountered all sorts of difficulties during our travels. Once, fool that I was, I tried a little experiment that quickly got out of hand. Huh? Now you have me curious. I have begun to find the Bostonia's cruising speed rather tiresome. You see, I thought it might add a little bit of kick to her engine. You made some modifications. Yes, and as you might have guessed, those modifications didn't go down very well with the rest of the ship. Oh, 50? Puzzle 37, Fuel's Errand 2. It's the same thing, just harder. Okay, still can't be rotated, which is good. Gonna assume the ones in the corners. This one definitely goes there, since they cannot be rotated. As for the other ones, I'm gonna assume this one goes here. And this one go here. But maybe this one will connect with the one on top here. Since we do have a piece for that after all. This one right here. As for the other ones... Definitely we need something that points downwards, and this is one of a few that actually fit in that location. Okay. We need to connect these two right here. And lo and behold, we have a piece exactly for that. As for the other ones, oh, wait. That connects those perfectly, and these ones also connect perfectly. Good job. And we'll do a quick test just to try it out. It works.
You know, I think this may be it. Puzzle solving is a most gentlemanly pursuit.
Marvelous. It was entirely at fault for having gone against Raymond's wishes. I imagine you earned his enmity for such a reckless undertaking? Oh, he was bristling. He had to run to the engine room once again for emergency repairs. Not something he nor anyone else would wish to make a habit of. So you took the pilot's seat again? You spotted a pattern. Thankfully, by the time, I was used to flying in a pinch. You might say that recklessness led you to acquire the skills needed to pursue those Tarchan airships back at the front board. Well, let's just say fortune and misfortune are two sides of the same coin. Okay, simply touch a destination and the Bostonians will take us there in no time. Okay. So we can do this in any order? That's a little bit intimidating, but we are traveling around the world, after all. Where shall we go? I guess we'll go for the jungle, since it's the first one. According to what we discovered in the AZRAN Dome, there ought to be an egg around here. It looks so tropical and green. It's going to be boiling out there, isn't it? And have you seen how thick the jungle is? How are we ever going to find this tiny little egg in the middle of all that? Tense as it may be, Luke, your keen eye must have caught a glimpse of the small village amongst the foliage, no? A village? Well, I did spot a clearing, but it was just full of enormous mushrooms. Indeed, and I find it unlikely that they've grown to such size naturally. One shall be wary of making assumptions, though. You're right, Professor. We should investigate and see for yourselves. Indeed. Whether this hypothetical village exists or not, we'll find our answer around 100 yards north of here. I find it interesting to have a non-linear Layton story where we can choose our destination. But I think the world tour would actually have to start next time, for I do require a little bit of a break after 2 hours of streaming. Thank you very much everybody for joining, and this is just the beginning of the adventure, as you can see. So you will not want to miss what happens in the next episode of Professor Layton and the AZRAN Legacy. Thank you so much for joining me for another live stream, and I truly hope that everybody here has a fantastic rest of your day. It's been a pleasure to stream for all of you. Thank you to the patrons, of course, for their monthly support, and thank you all right now for watching and joining me. It's been a pleasure. And I'll see you, Space Cowboy. Bang.
I was cooling in the motel for a minute. Loved ones that I won't tell how I'm living. Now I'm in the woods, trailer park, staying hidden. In the rap game, slashing through a million minions. IRL is lame cause I'm broke in Virginia. Surrounded by the slimy cold-blooded, they amphibians. I ain't dark as I was, hit the amphibian. Pulled a beam katana out in the slaughterhouse. I was hired cause you talking loud, starting drumming now. I got fired cause I understood what they talking about. So I fight them cause I understand all they charming out. In the woods, smoking on some woods, game me feeling good, but it's great. Can escape my fate, would it if I could? On some LBs, for these LBs I had to hustle. Desperately trying to find paradise through this desperate struggle. One kill, it be killed, it's the way that I'm living. Throw my life away, but I had to hide my feelings. Trying to stack LBs straight to the ceiling.